Hi everyone and welcome back to Splash Page. I'm Sean and as always I'm joined by Andrew. How's it going, Andrew?
Excellent.
Awesome, man. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk through episode 5, season 1 of Invincible. And we're going to do it as fast as we can so that by the time that season 2 comes out, you watch all of our videos, you know everything about season 1. Well, this episode is entitled That Actually Hurt. So Andrew, let's jump right in.
We find ourselves in a back alley. Traffic blaring in the background. Two tough-looking dudes step out into a back alley for a smoke and end up getting smoked by a man who turns himself into stone, bullets bouncing off his rock-hard body.
This is Titan. He single-handedly breaks up a coke den with bulletproof skin and pure brute strength. We actually met Titan in the first episode.
Elsewhere, Kilcannon is fighting Invincible on the brightly lit streets of... where do these guys live? A couple kids on the school grounds are watching the video, impressed with their new superhero.
But Amber isn't impressed, as Mark shows up to meet her, late again, apologizing with another incredibly lame lie.
Titan walks out of a burning building that he's set on fire. The inhabitants aren't all that happy about it. Instead of squashing the guy whose home he's just burned, he hands him cash instead and directs him to a shelter.
Invincible fights something called Roarface, who wears a metal collar around her neck to prevent her from becoming a full werewolf. Yep, that's the actual backstory.
As he takes her down, a building behind him collapses, and he manages to save a family from being crushed under the rubble.
After getting yelled at by his boss at Burger Mart, Mark says screw it, and he quits his job.
Titan threatens a man who owes his boss money by hanging him over the ledge of a building. He spares the man's life, for now, because he sees a picture of the guy's daughter in his wallet. The daughter also appears to be wearing a shirt of a unicorn throwing up a rainbow. So, 4 out of 5 episodes so far have puke.
High above the city, Omni-Man teaches Invincible how to get information out of a bad guy by dropping them from miles in the sky.
Mark arrives late to school and gets dressed down by Principal Winslow for being late to school so often.
Titan bursts into a lab to steal a computer chip and talks the security guards down so that everyone leaves the situation alive.
Mark cancels on Amber once again due to being in the middle of a fight with a street thug.
We finally find out who Titan's working for. It's a man by the name of Machine Head, who has a computer for a head and uses auto-tuning for his voice. He injects the chip that Titan stole earlier into his skull, and Titan tries to leave his service.
But Machine Head's not having any of it. He won't let Titan pay off his debt.
Mark saves the Earth from an incoming meteor by pushing it back into space, and then runs back to Earth for a date with Amber. But he's late for dinner with her family, and she's not happy that he keeps skipping out on her. He almost tells her that he's invincible, but then just promises that he'll do better.
Upset after his talk with Amber, Mark gets a call from Omni-Man to stop a criminal called the Elephant from robbing a store downtown.
Back at home, Titan sits with his daughter on the fire escape. A man flies down the street dangling the elephant by the nose. Titan explains to his daughter that he's a good guy and his name is title screen. 15 minutes and 50 seconds in and a little bit more blood. Titan seems to be dealing with some issues himself over whether he's a good guy too.
At the Grayson home, Debbie walks into her closet, freezing, and finds a notebook left there by Damien Darkblood. She flips through it on the toilet, noticing a note about Omni-Man's costume.
Eve is having an argument with her parents. They're worried now that she's not dating Rexplode anymore. She insists that she can take care of herself and then storms out of the door she creates in the side of the house.
Mark floats around the city having some fun when he sees his name scrawled on the roof of a building. He floats down to find Titan waiting for him.
Titan needs help, and Mark feels pretty smug about it until Titan explains the situation, getting stuck working for Machine Head.
Titan shows Invincible Machine Head's criminal enterprise. He's running drugs via the trash company and paying off inspectors around the city, burning buildings for insurance money. And he shows him how Machine Head's second-in-command, Isotope, can teleport them away from places, and how he got in trouble with Machine Head in the first place, borrowing money to help his daughter.
Like any good son, Mark discusses the situation with his parents before going on his own. Nolan tries to talk him out of letting Titan use him to take down a small time crook. Debbie sticks to her line about how helping someone is never beneath them. Debbie berates Nolan for telling Mark not to help people, reminding him that it was her who taught Nolan how to be a hero. Nolan seems sincere in not wanting Mark to make any choices he'll regret.
In the meantime, the new Guardians celebrate a victory over the Lizard League, but Black Samson breaks up the party to go over fight footage for training purposes. After school, Mark and Eve discuss how their superheroing is destroying their personal lives. Amber shows up to remind Mark to join her at the soup kitchen after work. Amber invites Eve, and Eve agrees. Amber then asks Eve if Mark has been acting weird, but Eve sticks up for Mark. The one remaining Molar twin is no longer the one remaining Molar twin, as he's finished cloning himself. Upon waking up, neither one remembers which one is which again.
But they're interrupted by Robot. An epic fight ensues, with Robot flipping gracefully around the room, eventually able to explain to them that he wants their help with DNA and tissue replication.
Debbie gives Nolan some chores to do, picking up dinner from around the planet, to give her a few uninterrupted minutes to search through their house. She finds his costume hidden above the curtains just as he returns home.
Titan and Invincible come flying through the window at Machine Head's lair. He seems very calm about it because the chip in his head let him know when they were going to attack, because quantum something or other. He teleports in a bunch of bad guys he's got on retainer to fight them. These guys are Furnace, Kursk, Magmaniac, Battle Beast, and Tether Tyrant.
For a deeper analysis of this fight, check out the video below in the description, but for now, let's go over some of the basics.
Everything seems to be going really bad for Invincible and Titan, as Amber and Eve work in the soup kitchen, impatiently waiting for Mark. The new Guardians show up on an anonymous tip to help out with the fight.
Battle Beast takes out Invincible, Samson, and Monster Girl. Then the rest of the team decides it's finally time to start fighting for real, because you never want to start a fight fully charged up, right?
After a few more big hits, Battle Beast bounces from the party, leaving everyone beaten and battered on the ground, seeing no honor in finishing the fight.
Machine Head realizes Isotope isn't standing next to him anymore, and Titan knocks Machine Head out, leaving Invincible gasping for breath on the ground and getting ready to take over Machine Head's operation, promising to use his new position as the head of crime in the city to make the city better for a lot of people, himself included.
Amber and Eve spend the night at the soup kitchen, not all that surprised that Mark didn't make it. He apparently was too busy being resuscitated by Cecil and the GDA. Cecil arrests Machine Head, taking the chip back out of his head that Titan brought for him earlier.
Eve gets a call about what happened to Mark and gives Amber the least amount of details possible, then leaves.
Somewhere deep underground, probably, at the GDA, Donald checks in on scientists who are studying Invincible's blood. They can't find a way to kill it. Well, that was our episode recap of episode 5, That Actually Hurt, of Invincible, season 1. Please like and subscribe on our channel, and there should be links on the screen now to watch both episodes 4 and 6. So please jump over to those. Well, that's it from me. I'm Sean. That's Andrew. Take it easy, YouTube.
Later.